Good morning. Hi. Hello.
Oh, I realized I didn't have my mic on, but I was saying good morning to you.
It's okay. I actually started a little earlier today because I was going through this, trying to figure out. I was just so confused yesterday on this whole new program. Okay, I did not realize.
Oh, I did my
figured it out.
recording. I
Huh?
recorded my time and everything, but it still didn't give me like an end time. So I was just like, okay, like I
Did you
turned
hit
in
the
my
end
homework.
time? Yeah, did you hit
Yeah.
the end time?
Well, like
Huh.
what it did is like they said, let me go to it on my phone. They said like when you're ending your time to like hit like not remote. So I did that and it still like didn't record any time.
Okay, so you did that a couple of times and it worked or didn't work?
Yeah. It didn't work.
It didn't work? Hi.
I mean, it said that I was like remote the whole time, the whole like 4 hours that I recorded, but there's still like nothing there.
Okay.
In the little description at the bottom.
Yeah, you're good. If
like,
it just said that, don't worry about it then.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna say good morning to everyone else too. She just came in first and I started asking her some questions. Sarah, when she comes on here. Okay, I finally figured out how to use this thing. Okay, so today's homework is gonna be a lot easier for you guys to figure out. Okay, it'll all be on the actual website. I'm like, I didn't know that's what you meant when you said start the 2.0. And I'm like, okay, so that just meant I was using the Learn About Beauty part of the website, but I just have to go to 2.0 and still look up the Salon Fundamentals. So I'm going to kind of go through that today in case I have a couple of people that weren't here so that they understand what we're doing. Does that make sense to you? A little bit, because some of us started on this Learn About Beauty, that site, okay? And we're still doing that, but it's on the 2.0 now. So I know, you're like, what? Don't confuse you because you already know what you're doing. The new ones just don't even listen to me. But I know what they were talking about. Sarah, there you are. Can I see your face? Feel really bad not being able to talk to you. A little bit more. Really? You don't want to be on camera today or what?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I look wrecked. You can see the top of my head.
No one can see you because it's on like, I keep saying that, huh? And you're like, right, Miss Jane, because you already showed me what they can see. All right. The reason why I'm saying that is when you went on to 2.1 or 2.0, did you end up going and finding the Salon Fundamentals part of it? Chapter 8? I lost her. Good morning.
Good morning.
Everybody's like,
Yeah.
Oh no, Did Avery, because you weren't here on Friday, are you able to pull up 2.0?
No, I was still having problems with it, so I was thinking to bring my laptop tomorrow and ask Donovan.
I'm going to actually go through it because I just got told how to do this too. So I'm going to kind of walk you through it.
Okay.
I'll change the screen, and show you how I got there. Okay, instead of doing my I guess you could say Learn About Beauty instead. You're just going to go in that pivot point lab 2.0. Okay, and then we're going to scroll all the way down. I'll show you, and you'll find where we're doing, because there's 2 programs in there, but we're only access to one of them. So you'll be able to see it when I do it. Just wait until everyone gets here.
Hello, hello.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm here. I'm attending class today, but I'm in the hospital with my daughter, and we're waiting for the specialist to come in. But I'm here with you guys, so I might just end up turning off my camera or something. But I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. Here. Not letting in. Let me get our attendants in here first. Where's Sarah? There's Chloe. Go into this Avery. Cassie. Hi, Diana. You haven't gotten on to 2.0 either, have you? Okay.
No. I
So I'm
haven't.
going to kind of walk you through that part, okay? Because you're not
Okay.
going to have access to that other one much longer, like even at
Okay.
all. Because yesterday I couldn't even finish the lecture because I was on the old one, okay? So
Okay.
it's not like half of it's there. That's why we want you over to this new one, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to show you what happens when you get over to the new one.
Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you.
what you'll see. Okay, so I will literally walk you guys through it. The new ones, they probably already know what they're doing because they were just shown that particular way to do it. But the old ones, we were always logging on to learn about beauty, remember? Okay, and so you weren't here on Friday, so you don't know what was, Donovan asked everyone to try it, and if it didn't work, to let him know so he could fix it for you, okay? All right, so let me get your everyone's attendance and then I'll go through it.
I'm sorry, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Where do I locate the YouTube videos? How do I locate that? I couldn't find it.
You should be able to go under the North Adrian's Beauty College when you pull up that gray screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and at the very bottom, it should have it in there. Once you pull that up, it should be under TDE, TD as in dog, E, and then space, and then it's video, not videos, VIDEO. And it should bring up a bunch of them. Now, if that
Okay,
doesn't work,
I'm on Pivot Point, the home page,
mm-hmm,
and I'm scrolling down to the bottom,
uh-huh.
and I only see Reset User Tour on this page or policies.
Okay, I'm gonna walk through this as soon as everyone gets in here and see if I can find
Okay.
it for you, okay?
Okay, I'll wait. Thank
All
you.
right. No problem, because I want to make sure everybody knows what they're doing on this one. Because I had a tough time with it, so you're taking a direction from me, so that's not real good. All right. And John, are you in here? There you are. Okay. And Autumn got you. Michelle, you're in here. Okay. Jasmine, are you in here yet? Not yet. Okay. We have Raquel. Alex, are you in here? Talk to me. Nope. Not yet. Got two more left. I usually start like, well, about this time. Okay.
Miss Jenny,
Mm-hmm.
yesterday I tried about the time, the trick time. I don't know if it's work or not. I need to make sure.
Okay, it's gonna be like, you're gonna have to hit the remote. When you're away from school, you're gonna have to hit remote. When you're finished, you hit the remote again to like take it off of that. So clock the time that way.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
that, but I want to make sure if it work or not,
Okay, I'm gonna go through this. Let me change my screen here for a second, okay?
Okay.
And then I'll share with you what I've got, all right?
Thank you.
Give me 1 second here. Okay. So let me pull up where I'm supposed to go on the learn about beauty, or not learn about beauty, but Pivot Point Lab 2.0. Okay, and I'll right from the home screen, I'm going to show you where it goes. Okay. And it takes a minute to get it to load because I have the slowest computer in the world. Okay. It's loading. And And let me check this one more time. I'm going to the tracker really quick just to make sure this is going to work for you before I do this. Okay. Because I did this morning, it was working perfectly. Okay. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the page. So this is what you would see when you first log on, okay? Let me share the screen with you. All right, when you log on to that lab 2.0, okay. Okay, this is what you should see, okay? All right, do you see this right here, you guys? Diana, everyone that was having trouble with this is what your new screen will look like when you pull up the Pivot Point Lab 2.0, okay? Then I'm gonna go up here to these 3 bars up in the corner. There we go. I'm gonna wait for the little hand to move. Do you see this, everybody, right here? Okay, I'm gonna click on that. And I'm gonna go to all lessons. Okay, and it'll load. Okay, because today, well, there's Alex right now. Today we're gonna do yesterday's assignment here. Okay, it's still loading. Thinking about it anyways. Come on. All right, so this is the next screen you will see, right? These are all lessons. So where it says all catalogs, you're gonna click on that. Okay, and then we're gonna scroll all the way down. We're not gonna do any of this stuff on the top. Come on. Here. I'm gonna go right down to the bottom here. Come on, keep going. We'll get to, there we go. We're gonna find Salon Fundamentals Aesthetics, just like you did before, okay? And you're gonna click on it. Okay. When it comes up, then I'm gonna put in the chapter 8.2, 8.1, whatever one we're doing, okay? So it's just a little bit different, but it's the same. Does that make sense? You just have to remember that you have to go to all lessons first.
Yeah, I was able to log in on my computer. I was able to get it set up already.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, right now, since I'm doing Zoom on my phone, I was
Okay.
able to do it on my computer.
Okay, I hope I'm letting her in. Okay, so what I'm gonna do over here, I've already got my books on this side where it says search lessons. I'm gonna click on it and I'm gonna go 8.1 today because that's what we're gonna do as far as homework, but we're gonna do the lecture for 8.2. So then I'm gonna hit go, okay? And when it brings it up, okay, when it brings it up, I'm gonna ask you to do part of this homework. Because yesterday you did the first part of it, but you're not gonna do that one today, you're just gonna do the other 2. Okay, so I'm gonna show you which ones we're gonna be doing today when it comes up. Okay, so I'm gonna hit start right here. I'm gonna actually hit on this first. So it'll log into what you would see, the homework sheet, you know what I mean? Where it says talking points, learning connection, that kind of stuff. That's where it's at, okay? So here we're gonna scroll down, right? Just like we normally do, okay? And today you're gonna actually do the learning connection, okay? Which is an interaction and you can click on it and it should send it right to me, okay? All right, just an FYI, you can now click on these things and send it through. All right, so we're gonna do that one. And we're also going to do the talking points, okay? Or not talking points, excuse me, the show you know. Because we did talking points yesterday, you're gonna do show you know, which basically means to watch this little 5-minute video or something, okay? And then it says to create 1 or 2 slides about the importance of the skin and its functions. And then we're gonna actually share that with the class tomorrow. So pretty much you're gonna give me your interpretation of the skin and its functions, okay? I don't care how you wanna put it on a poster, you wanna put it on paper, but you're gonna have to explain to me what your interpretation of the skin and its functions are, okay? This is for my other ones, my brand new ones that have been here, like, there's like 4 or 5 of you in here. You guys aren't gonna be doing this part, okay? Because you didn't sit through the first half of this chapter.
Oh, thank God. I was like, I don't know all that info.
Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it,
Okay.
okay? So then you're gonna move down to the lesson challenge, okay? And you're gonna take that, you're gonna click on that lesson challenge, like right here, and then it'll bring up those little quiz questions. And then at the bottom of it, so let's just take a look at it when you click on them. Okay. It's actually going to have the questions, and then at the bottom, it'll say submit. All right, so here, attempt quiz now, and you'll click on it, right? I just want to see what's on here, okay? Because I haven't seen the new one, but this is how it works. I haven't gone through the quizzes yet. Okay, so, all right, you'll actually pick one of these A, B, and C. You'll go all the way down after you've finished answering them. Okay, and you're going to go to submit. You should have a submit. Final finish attempt. Click on that, and it should send it right to me. Okay. So the paperwork actually can be done online, except for the one that you're gonna have to do on the show, you know, today, because that's a video. Okay. So it's gonna be kind of hard for you to take a picture of something and then explain what you're looking at. Do you know what I mean? In class, or to be able to send that to me. So we're gonna go back to the back pages. Okay, does that make sense to you guys? Ones that you were having a little bit of difficulty? Okay. All right, so that's where you're going to have to find your lesson plans instead of going like you were before on the Learn About Beauty, okay? All right, I'm going to click back to this and I'll bring us up to the 8.2 because that's where we're starting today. Come on, just go back. There we go. I'll let these people in. I'll invite them, okay? I'm hoping that brings them in. Okay, so I'm gonna go up here and I'm just gonna change this to 8.2. Sorry, okay. 8.2 is where we're gonna be today. And I'm gonna bring that up. So next week, you're actually going to be doing 8.2's homework, okay? Just an FYI. Hello? I know I'm trying to get them in. All right, bye. Okay. All right. Let me see. Keeps telling me there's somebody in here. I'm like, I'm trying to let him in. There we go. Okay, sorry. Okay. So now I'm going to start us on our actual lecture today. Okay, and I'll go down to our study slides. Hello? No, I didn't bring it today and I don't have a truck. Okay, thank you, hon. How about a turkey sandwich? Oh. Oh, okay, what kind? Just tell me what you got when you get there. All right, bye. Sorry, I'm just waiting for this to come up. Everybody made it in, I'm sure.
I have a quick question,
Go ahead.
So when I went to log on to Pivot Point Lab, on my phone, I was able to log in. I wrote down my password and email for everything, so I know it was right. But it let me phone and not into my computer. And then it said on the computer and on my phone that my email isn't under an account.
Okay, that's kind of strange. I will ask him on break exactly what that is. So when I let you guys go on break, just remind me what you want me to ask him, because it should be if you have the same like Adobe Digital on both of them and you use the Adobe, because it's going to read the Adobe Digital to actually work. Do you have Adobe Digital downloaded on your computer?
To be honest, I don't know what that is.
Okay, it's an actual program to help the other programs use video on it.
What is it?
It's called Adobe Digital.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what that is. I always avoid downloading it for some reason.
That's why.
Okay.
So we have to have it in order for it to work.
You have to pay for Adobe?
No, you don't. Not when you do it for this site. Okay.
Oh, if I
So
do it.
I'll have him come into the class and show you how to do it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So we'll just stay a little longer than normal in the classroom. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. No problem. Okay.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get in the middle of the conversation because Jasmine said she's in the waiting room. She was trying to let you know, I think.
Sorry. Thank you, because I can't see her unless, yeah. It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
she texted me to let you know.
All right. Thank you, you guys. There we go. She got it. Okay. Because that's what Donovan was calling. I'm like, I can't get, I'm trying to get him in. But sometimes it won't read on the top of my screen to let him in. So, all right. So I'm gonna move this over here. Good Lord. Okay, there we go. I want to move this out of the way, the other stuff that's in here. Come on. Lovely, lovely. All right. So let's get rid of this so we can see what we're doing. Huh? How's that? Much better, right? You're like, no. Okay. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Better? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just go over this and then I'll tell you when to fill in your workbook and what information you need to fill in. Okay, good. All right, so skin is always in the constant state of regeneration. Skin replaces dead cells with new cells to ensure that the continued protection. Somebody needs to shut their mic off. Okay, thank you. All right, skin replaces the dead cells with new cells to ensure the continued protection of the body against invasion. Understanding the regeneration process is a tool for treating and maintaining healthy skin. And basically your skin cells will actually reproduce, okay, every 25 to 28 days, depending on your age. Someone's mic is still on. Thank you. Okay. That's why we keep hearing that. Okay. There we go. All right. So I just wanted to let you know, by the time you get to be my age, okay, those skin cells take 90 days to work, okay, instead of that 25 to 28 days. So it's kind of depressing in that sense. But luckily they came up with acids and enzymes to actually take that dead skin off for us, and we can have younger looking skin also. All right, so the formation of these new cells and at the rate at which they move to the surface and are sloughed off is dependent upon a variety of influences. Aging causes a decrease in lipids and moisture in the epidermis, and these dead skin cells remain on the surface of the skin longer because it basically has a little, what's known as an intracellular cement, or like a glue that keeps those dead skin cells on there. So we use chemicals to actually slough them off. So what I want you to write in this formation, or where it says skin cell formation, is the formation of the new cells, that first little paragraph, and then we're going to add the factors to it, which are age, sun exposure, the use of exfoliating agents, treatments, and skin conditions. So it's the first paragraph, and then the factors right below it goes in where you write the skin cell formation.
What page is that in the pamphlet that you gave me yesterday?
It says 245, but I'm not sure if, you'll have to look on the backside to see 246 or something on there, because I know I gave it to you. Because 245 didn't print, like the bottom of it, the page number itself.
Okay.
It just say skin cell formation.
This one?
Let me see, where are you? Hold on one second. I gotta find
Sorry.
you on the class. No, it's okay. Okay, where'd it go? All right, yes, that's it.
Oh, thank you so much.
So it's the first paragraph. All right, and then the factors that will actually affect it. I'll give you a minute to fill that in. You can take the rest of it. Kat, did you meet Catalina? Are you in class here? Because I can't see you. Okay. Just checking. All right. Okay, so if, just an FYI, if homework isn't turned in, I will still give you credit for the 2 hours, but I won't give you credit for the 4 hours. So just be aware of that, okay? If you're in class with me during theory, you will get the 2 hours, but you won't get anything, you know, the other 4 unless you're doing the homework, okay? Just an FYI. Okay. And when you finished filling this in, give me a thumbs up. Raquel, it's the top paragraph and then the factors right below it, okay? Which is age, sun exposure, okay? The use of exfoliating agents and treatment. Because basically this whole chapter is going over the way that skin behaves, okay? How it gets things absorbed into it, what can affect it, like slow it down, what can speed it up. All of that's covered in this chapter. Okay, I got Jasmine, she's got it already put in there, so I'm just gonna go and check on you guys. Okay, let me know when you finish with like a little thumbs up. It's a lot of information to put in there, huh? Okay, if you picked up the pamphlet yesterday, you should have like the first pages completed, like 8.1 already done for you. Okay, if you picked it up yesterday.
Would it be okay to stop by today and pick that pamphlet up? Because I wasn't able to come in yesterday.
Mhm.
Okay. What is a good time to come in today?
It's got to be like 12 to like 12:25, okay?
Okay, all right, I'll make that work.
Or after 2:30, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right, that's okay. I just have to have another class in between there. That's why I said kind of hard for me to get up and leave in the middle of it to get you. And I'm on this side of the building, so.
All right.
All right, sound mics off. All right, has everyone gotten this completed? Is anyone still writing? Okay. Okay, no one's answering, so I'm assuming everybody's got this part, right?
Miss Jenny,
Uh-huh,
this one 245, right?
correct.
Yeah, but where I vector that can, if it, I can see where I can put this one.
You're on the textbook, right?
Yeah.
245, it's 272 in the textbook. It's 245 in the workbook.
I know, Miss Jenny, but I need to write where the, I don't have like, I have 6 factors, but here I see 5.
No, at the top of the page, it says skin cell formation. That's where we're at. We're not at the bottom yet.
Okay.
We're at the top where it says skin cell formation. You are going to put in this paragraph on the top, okay? The formation of new cells, that paragraph, and then the factors. That all goes in skin cell.
Where do we write the factors on here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just part of the sentence, basically, okay? So you're going to fill it in where it says skin cell, let me read it to you, skin cell formation, all right? The formation of new cells and the rate at which they move to the surface and are sloughed off is dependent upon a variety of influences. Aging, sun exposure, use of exfoliating agents. There's like commas after each one. That's basically what we're telling you.
Oh, okay. Oops, I wrote like aging causes a decrease of, I wrote all that, so I didn't know where to
Okay, no, you didn't
write
have to
this.
do that.
Okay, I just did extra. Okay.
It's okay. That's why I said to write in that first paragraph and then the factors below it.
Okay, I'll do that now. Sorry about that.
Okay, not a problem. Do you understand, Yusra? Does everyone understand what I've gone through so far? Make sure you guys get it. And let me know when you finished, okay? Because age, if you think about it, the older we get, the harder it is to get that skin to slough off. Sun exposure, okay, leaves hyperpigmentation on the skin, which is difficult to fight to get it off. The use of exfoliating agents, if you're using them too frequently, you can end up with irritated skin. Okay, the treatments that we use, that kind of stuff is what they're explaining about. Does that make it a little bit easier?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm like, I wish I could see all of you on one side. They've given me like, they've shown me how to do two devices at the same time. But let me tell you something, I can't even keep one device working without it messing up. I'm not putting two on there. Not right now. All right. Are we still writing?
I'm all done.
Okay. All right. So I'm
Thank
going to
you.
move this. Come on. All right. All right. So our next word basically is the exfoliation. And it's the process of removing the dead skin. It stimulates new cell growth by removing a degree of that stratum corneum. So when we slough off that top layer, the next layer comes back up. Okay. And there are two processes in which the skin can be exfoliated. One is mechanical or manual exfoliation, which is the physical process of removing dead skin with an abrasive product such as a scrub, okay, with a little grit and beads in it. Okay, it also could be a washcloth, okay? Or it could be the chemical exfoliation, which is a process of using these natural substances such as enzymes or alpha hydroxy acids in conjunction with other ingredients to cause a chemical reaction to remove the dead skin cells. So I think of like the chemical exfoliant working like a Pac-Man. It sits on top and it just starts dissolving it for us, so we don't have to worry about it. Where the manual or mechanical one, we've got to put a little elbow in it, okay, to make it work. So that'll actually help you fill in those three words right there on your book, okay? Everything that's on the page screen right now is what goes into your study guide, okay? And once you are finished, just give me a thumbs up. Now there's one, that mechanical one, I probably wouldn't want to use it on a client that is aging because it might be too abrasive for them. So I'd rather use a chemical one so that it would break it down without any physical action to it, or abrasive, like a grit. Okay, because I'm going to have to hold the skin if I'm using something with grit so that I don't stretch it. Okay, just an FYI. And so those of you that have been in the class for a little while, you've understood basically what exfoliation does, okay? It brings up that new skin, okay? We're doing a little bit of damage to the skin to make it actually get the old skin off so the new skin looks healthier. Another example would probably be someone that has been, they just bought brand new makeup or something, maybe a couple weeks older, and they see this flakiness on their skin. And they're thinking maybe it's the makeup because it's new and it's a little bit of a change, but sometimes it's just the dead skin cells that need to be sloughed off properly and to get them all off, because a regular cleanse, even a double cleanse, is not going to get rid of it. Okay, so it has to be removed off of the skin in order for the makeup to go on smooth. So whatever we do, we have to make sure that the skin is properly prepped before we do it. Okay, so meaning if you want to put makeup on, you want to make sure that the skin is in good, healthy condition. And sometimes that means doing some type of exfoliation.
So I kind of have a weird quick question. Can you
Go ahead.
exfoliate while you're pregnant?
You cannot use alpha hydroxy acids, okay?
Okay.
Or anything that might have like a vitamin A derivative. Okay, so
Okay.
there's no retin A or anything like that. Okay, so they
Okay.
could use a scrub, you know, an abrasive scrub, but nothing with an alpha hydroxy acid in it.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Asking for myself.
Are you pregnant?
I am.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. You guys still writing?
Yes, I'm almost done.
Okay. All right. This is the best chapter out of all of them, I guess you could say. I would say about 80% of your test is going to be on this chapter, pretty much. You know, how our skin is affected by the things that we do to it, whether it's electricity or chemicals from chemistry. There's a lot of things that we can do to that skin.
Okay, I'm all done.
All right. Anybody else still need it on the screen? Okay. So I'm going to move forward here. All right. And this is talking about the skin's behavior. Okay. So the main function is to act as a barrier to protect our internal organs, keeping that outside out and the inside in. This pathway allows some molecules to pass through and penetrate the skin via the epidermis. There are 4 primary ways the products are absorbed into the skin. They get through the pores, through the hair follicles, through that intercellular cement I was talking about earlier, and through the sebaceous or sudoriferous glands. So I want you to put it onto your study guide there. The main function is to act as a barrier to protect our internal organs. Okay. I just want you to start off with that.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
The main function is to act as a barrier to protect our internal organs. And then you're just going to continue with, it's a pathway to allow some molecules to pass through and penetrate the skin via the epidermis. So that whole area goes into skin behavior. You don't have to put the 4 primary ways in there because we're going to go down below and fill some of that in. Okay. So just that one paragraph on the top, you're going to put in where it says skin behavior. Okay. Right now, I'm like flaking to get all of that dead skin off of my face because I used the roller last week, 2 weeks ago almost, with a retin A, and I've been paying for that process of sloughing off even more every day. So I try to put my makeup on and I've got flakes everywhere, just peeling off my face. I'm like, I want to get it off. I'm going to go and use a vitamin A tonight. That vitamin from Dermalogica, I'm going to apply that with the daily microfoliant so I can get the rest of this dead skin off. It's just
Hey, Miss
bothering me.
Janie, I had a question actually. So I used to be prescribed tretinoin, and is that a retin A?
It is retin A, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I never realized that.
Yes, that's its actual name.
So that's probably why my skin reacted to the exfoliating so bad, because I did stop using it like almost 6 months ago. Like it hasn't been a full 6 months since I last used it. So that's probably why.
Yeah.
Because I use like the chemical exfoliants too.
Yeah, how much did you put on?
Of the retin A or the exfoliant?
The retin A.
Well, I was prescribed it for like a year.
But you weren't using it faithfully, yeah.
I used it almost every single day for like a year, and then I stopped almost 6 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, wait a little while before you start exfoliating after that.
No. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have waited like way longer, but I didn't realize that tretinoin was actually retin A.
Yes, that's its actual name, I guess you could call it. It's a generic name. Yeah, you got to be careful with that one. I've got like 4 tubes of that stuff still at home. I'm like, so that's basically what I did, and I rolled it in with the roller, okay, which it didn't hurt. I mean, I didn't feel any pain in it, but it did slough because I wasn't getting any sloughing from it. You know what I mean? Like the skin to peel, it wasn't doing anything. Once I put that roller on it, boy, let me tell you, it worked.
I have a question as well. So I'm not really familiar with retinoid at all, and I don't think that I have used like retinoid products like hardly ever. So I was just wondering, like, what effects would the skin typically have if you don't use retinoid?
Okay, so you want to start off slowly, okay? And that's basically what we're doing with our clients. So we'll start them off with a daily microfoliant, which is just a mild exfoliation, okay? Because what we're doing now, think about exfoliation being taking a washcloth as one part of it, okay? The low end of the exfoliation scale, I guess you could say. And then the high end of it would be like a chemical peel in your retin-A's, okay? So we have a process of going through that, you know, a little bit at a time so that we can watch the skin behave and we're not rushing the procedure. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's what you're going to be learning when you come in here, okay? It's just that.
All right, thank you.
Okay, does anybody else need anything left on the screen? Okay, all right. So like, if you hear me talking about what I've done to mine, do not follow that, okay? I'm telling you right now, because you are not prepared for that in any way, shape, or form. And I tried to tell that to one class, and she went ahead and went a vitamin on her because I had gotten, I literally had gotten a pigmentation mark when I was out at the lake one weekend, okay? And I knew because it just wasn't there before. So I had taken the vitamin exfoliant and I had worked it until I lifted that pigment up because it was just recent that I got it. So she went home and tried to do that same thing right here on her forehead, and she just kept working it. And I'm like, you can't take something that's taken weeks to prepare, okay, and expect it to come off in one treatment. It just won't. So she basically had a little hole there. She had like gone through the skin so many times. She was wearing a Band-Aid when she came to school that day. I'm like, what happened? She told me, and I'm like, oh my God, don't do what I said I've done. My skin's prepped for it. Your skin's not. Okay, so that's why I want to make sure it's like, do not do this at home on yourself. I have to put that disclaimer in there so no one follows that same thing. All right, this transdermal penetration. This is the product, or excuse me, the process of the absorption into the skin. So it's going to tell you that the thicker the stratum corneum, the greater the resistance to the product penetration. Okay, these molecules can pass through and penetrate through the skin via the epidermis, but the transdermal medications will include like motion sickness, smoking, depression, and birth control. Believe it or not. It sounds crazy, huh? But what you're not putting any of this in there. It's just telling you about this little skin behavior, okay? Like go
Should
forward.
we take a screenshot of that? Will that be on anything?
Okay, no, it will not. Okay. So it's basically talking about the transdermal. That's the next part of your actual book, right? The little study guide. All I want you to put in there is that the thicker the stratum corneum, the greater the resistance. Okay, that's all I'm going to have you put in there. Where it says transdermal penetration, you're going to put in there, the thicker the stratum corneum, the greater the resistance to the product penetration, because that's basically what it's telling you. It's going to be harder to get that product in to do the job that it's supposed to do. Okay, and
I'm sorry, can you repeat that for the?
Yes, the thicker the stratum corneum, the greater the resistance to the product penetration. So those of you that actually got to see your skin underneath the skin scanner and you saw like a buildup of white like on the lips, because that was the closest thing I could actually tell you what it would look like. If you saw that on other areas of the face, that's what they mean by the thicker the skin, because that skin needed to come off, okay? That's the fluffing part. Because if it's buildup of white, it just means dead skin cells that need to be removed. So if you have a thick coating of that onto your skin, you're not going to be able to get the products to work through that. Okay. So it might take a little bit, a couple of times of doing an exfoliation to get rid of it so that we can actually get down and maybe enter a serum into the skin and make it work.
I actually have another question. So I've been seeing a lot of those videos on the internet of like those razors that girls have used on their faces, and it like takes all the dead skin off. Is that safe, or is that not taking off like a massive layer? Because it seems like it takes off a lot of dead skin.
Okay, so it's not really a razor, I guess you could say. It's a blade, because there's one that's a razor that's used for hair removal. Okay, I've seen that one on there. It's very mild. Okay, buy it at the drugstore. But the one that looks like a blade, okay, is actually, it's about as, I'm gonna say, the way that the metal on there is so soft, okay, but it's still a scrape off dead skin cells, okay?
Okay.
Best thing I can describe it is like, once you get in here, I'll show you what the machine looks like. And it looks like the edges are kind of like a cake batter. I mean, when you're trying to ice something, that little icing tool.
Right.
Okay? That's how rough it is, and on the edges. It may look like it's a blade, but it's really not.
So
Okay?
is
And
that safe to use at home, like on your
oh
own?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just, all you're doing is you're going to put on a cleanser, and we have like what's known as a disincrustation solution, okay, that actually softens up that dead skin cells, and you're just going to run it across. What happens is that there's a vibration to that tool, okay, and it vibrates very fast, and that's what's actually removing that dead skin. Okay, it's not so much of a blade, I guess you can call it.
Thank
Okay?
you.
All right, not a problem. Okay, so everyone got that part in, right? Okay, so we're going to go to the 6 factors that affect the skin absorption. Well, we're going to go into intercellular cement, so we can tell you what that is. This substance binds, adds structural strength, and mediates the biochemical reactions between the cells. Okay, basically it mimics what the body actually does. So we're trying to get rid of that intercellular cement so we can get into the skin and penetrate. So adding our serums to it, if she has so much dead skin cells on there, okay, we've got to remove them in order for the product to work. So if I tried to put a serum on somebody that had too much dead skin on the top, it would never penetrate. I'd be wasting my product. You see what I'm saying? Because it can't make its way through that glue. All right, so we try to break that down so it'll let go of the dead skin cells and we can actually see the newer skin underneath it. But as we age, that glue literally stays on there longer, and it takes a little bit more effort to get it off. Okay, because a lot of times we have clients in here that think that they don't really need to exfoliate, and then you're talking about a mature woman, 45 and up, okay, even 40s. All right, if they're not properly cleansing their face with exfoliators, okay, they're not going to be able to wear their makeup and have it look smooth. It's going to look cakey. All right, so here we go. This is the most important part of this, all right? There we go. All right, that condition of the stratum corneum, okay? It basically means the thicker or heavier that stratum corneum, which is the top layer of skin, the slower the rate of penetration, okay? So you're gonna write that basically in where it has the definition. The thicker and the heavier the stratum corneum, the slower the rate of penetration. Okay, and when you get to the hydration level, the more moisture that's in the skin, the slower the rate of penetration. Okay, so you're looking at all of these factors when you're looking at someone's skin. Okay, the oiliness of the skin, the greater the amount of sebum, which is oil, the slower the penetration. Okay, all right, the size of the product's molecules, the larger the molecule of the product, the slower the penetration. So I know I talked about glycolics being the smallest molecule, right? So they're going to get into that skin and actually do the best work for you, okay, that glycolic. All right, another way to look at size of the molecules, when I'm telling you about massage creams and mediums to be used when you give a massage, instead of using body lotion, face lotion, moisturizers, you don't want to use any of those when you're trying to do a massage. The molecule actually, it gets absorbed into the skin very quickly, okay? That's what it's supposed to do, right? You apply your moisturizer, it gets into the skin to lock it in. Well, a massage medium, an oil or a cream base, okay, it's meant to sit on the top of the skin to give you slip and glide when you're doing the manipulations, okay? So that's why that particular part, the molecules are going to be larger so they don't penetrate, but they sit on the top, okay? The temperature of the skin, the higher the temperature of the skin, the slower the penetration, okay? So a lot of things that do not work with the temperature being a little off, okay? Our wax won't adhere to somebody that's got a high temperature on their skin, okay? If they're cool, too cold, the wax won't adhere to it when we're trying to do hair removal. So a lot of things affect the products that we use, okay, that have to do with our skin. The only thing that actually works to your advantage is if you have larger pores, that's going to give you the faster the rate of penetration because it actually gets absorbed in there quicker. So everything else is kind of a hindrance except for the large pore size. So those of you that have that, which is me, okay, it gets in there pretty quick and starts to work faster. The smaller the size, it's going to take a little longer to get in there and do the work. And the reason why we like to use these products to get into that skin is so we can change the behavior of it, right? We want it to look differently. All right, we want it to look better. And let me know when you guys have filled that in, because we're going to go back to that absorption that I told you not to write, because it's right here. Okay. All right, so let me ask you this. I've already said that pregnant women should not be using any type of vitamin A derivatives, right? Any alpha hydroxy acids, okay? And let's just say the client was using it by accident, okay? And she had large pore sizes, okay? There could be a reaction right there because it got into her skin faster than it normally would on a normal person, right? That had smaller pore sizes, all right? And on top of that, she's pregnant, and you don't want that product to get in there that fast. So you've got to watch what you're doing when you're doing something to someone's face, okay? It doesn't just mean glycolics or peels or acids that get into the skin. It means any of the products that we use when they're meant to do something, okay, specifically to do one particular thing, either hydrate that skin or, you know, to soften it, whatever it's supposed to do. Just think of all of these reasons for how the skin's going to behave, okay? Could be moisturizers. Maybe somebody just needed more water, so you'd add maybe a hyaluronic acid to it, so it holds that water in and stays moisturized, where it's water, not oil. Okay.
Are you allowed to use that while pregnant, the hyaluronic, what you just said?
Yes, hyaluronic acid is just, it's moisture. It just locks it in. What it does is it locks in 1,000 times its weight in water. So it holds it in so they don't get flaky. Because when you don't have that moisture left in your skin, it gets flaky. It's not the same thing as oil. Oil gives you that slip and it looks, how can I put this? Think of a baseball mitt when you actually first get a brand new one, you know, and it's all stiff and everything, right? But when you oil it, what happens is the mitt gets a little bit more pliable, right? And that's what happens when you're using that on the skin. Does that help?
Yeah, I didn't know that you could. I just been so cautious and kind of staying away from everything, but I've been getting the hormonal acne, so I'm just curious on what I can use that's not going to harm the baby.
Anything topical, would have to work on it. I'm not sure, but I don't think that like a 5% benzoyl peroxide would probably hurt it, but I'll look it up, okay?
Thank you so much.
I've never heard of anybody having reactions to that part, okay? But then again, anything that you buy over the counter that's benzoyl peroxide, okay, is 10%. So we have 5%, and that's what you should be using anyways, because 10 is too strong. People don't realize that. And then if it's just the breakouts, you're supposed to apply this. I don't know how many times I say this over and over. It gets applied to the affected area. So you take a Q-tip and you put that that cream, that medicine, whatever it is, on the pimple itself. You don't put it all over their face, okay? Because they're going to everywhere else where there isn't that pimple, okay? But most people don't look at that way. They were like, oh, I'm going to put it all over so I don't break out anywhere else.
Yeah, makes
Don't
sense.
do that. Okay, has everyone got this filled in? Okay. All right, so I'm actually going to go back to the absorption process, okay? So the next part of this, it's on my next page here. It says the 4 primary ways products are absorbed into the skin. Remember, we read that just a few slides back. So you're going to put number 1 is through the pores, okay? So you have absorption process, right? And it says 1, you're going to put through the pores. Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't find that page. What page is that?
It's on 246 now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my pages are all 246.
Oh, I know that one right there. That's why they got a little mixed up. I was saying that you couldn't find it because it went from one page. I gave you one page that was filled, and I gave you the same page that's not filled in.
Yeah.
I know. Because I needed that other page. That's why. All right. So the second one is through the hair follicles. Okay.
Is it this one? I'm sorry.
it should look like this. Let me see if I can get my screen back up here so you can see me. Okay, hold on. Oops, crap. That's not what I was looking for, but I'll change this page here in just a second. This is what it should look like, okay, at the top, like that. And you're gonna have, you should have 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the top of it.
So absorption process of 4 primary ways products are absorbed into the skin.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Come on, this thing is just like moving slow and jumping around. Okay. Oops. That's right. This is our next part. So you're not going to see this part because we already passed it. So I'm just going to leave it right there. So number 1 is through the pores. Number 2 is through the hair follicle. 3 is through intercellular cement. Okay, intercellular cement. And
I'm sorry, what was number 1?
Through the pores.
And then 2?
Through the hair follicles. And 3 was through the intercellular cement. And then 4 is going to be through the sudoriferous or sebaceous glands. So I'm going to put in there oil and sweat glands for you for right now. Okay, through your oil and sweat glands.
And then for number 3, I'm sorry, hon, I'm an awful speller. Could you spell that for me through the what?
INTERCELLULAR.
Thank you so much.
Okay, then we're going to move into our conditions of the skin. And you know what, I'm going to break right now because I need to do one more thing before I start this. So you guys, I'm going to give you a break until 7 after, okay, almost 7 after, all right? And then I'm going to have Donovan come back in after class. So we'll do, we'll talk about that other part later. Thank you, you guys.
Miss Jamie,
Uh-huh.
do you know if we're getting our kits this week?
That's
or
what I'm
tomorrow?
going to do. I'm hoping now.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. All right, I'll be back.
Miss Jamie.
Yes.
Sorry to bother you on your break. On
No, it's fine.
on 3:15, I do have a doctor's appointment for the baby.
Mhm.
It is a telephone appointment. It's 40 minutes long. So I wanted to know, is it okay if I log in and then I can log back or just stay logged in?
Definitely. No, you can do whatever you
Okay.
want. You want,
Okay, so that's not breaking the rules or anything. And then once my appointment's done, I can just come back.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay, don't worry about it.
thank you.
You're no problem. Make sure I got this one here. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I just want to get these pages. Who else was, anybody else back from break? I was going to find out who else needed a handout. Okay, I fixed that page. we
Wait,
were
that was
talking
me.
about. Huh?
I needed a handout.
Yana, is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, all right. So how far do you live from the school?
I literally live like 5 minutes away.
Okay. All right, so then you should be, if you come down like right after we close, I'll have it ready. Because yesterday I had to I was trying to get it ready. And I got a bunch of questions asked at me and I couldn't get it like right then and there. I felt bad that somebody had to wait.
Okay, so would you want me to figure out how to log into Pivot Point when I'm there, or would you rather me wait till after class to figure that out?
Yeah, just wait until like 11:45. I'll probably just dismiss the class and then we'll work together to get it on.
Okay, all right, thank you.
No problem. I'm gonna get rid of these things in here for her. Make sure I got this in order.
And then one more question, Miss Jamie. Will we be going over the homework today?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm gonna go through it one more time because we went through it earlier. Were you not in here earlier? And so I'm gonna finish that part and show you again where it's located at.
Oh, I
Okay?
was talking about the questions that we did last night. I was just wondering if we were going to go over them.
Oh, no, I wouldn't go over it until, yeah, unless it says like today's one is going to be like, we're gonna talk about in class tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I won't have you guys bringing yours in because you're fairly new anyways. Do you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So what I'm gonna have you guys do, just like I did everyone else, it just came in from here. I'm gonna have you working, I want you guys to read chapter 8. Okay, the new girls, okay?
Okay.
So that you're up to where we're at as far as like filling in and have an
Okay, so
understanding of it, okay?
just read chapter 8.
Yes. Mhm. And the reason is so that you won't get confused, as we go through the rest of the chapter. You know what I'm saying? So that means Autumn, you too, okay?
What?
You guys are gonna read chapter 8, okay?
Okay, so we're
Online.
not gonna do the
You don't have
video
to.
and stuff?
No, not unless you want to, you can, but you don't have to because you haven't had much information on this chapter. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But if you still want to do it, you can. That's more than, I was just going to give it easy and have you just read the chapter so that you could catch up with us at least by reading it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to be up to you. If you want to turn it in, you can.
Okay.
Okay, you definitely will be on the next chapter, trust me. You'll be held
Okay.
responsible for
So
all
just
of the
not this
homework after
one,
that
but the next one.
Yeah. So since
Okay.
you weren't even here, normally I just tell the girls they have to read on their own. Okay, it's not something that I assign, but I do assign it when you're first in here, especially if I'm in the middle of a chapter. Because it's kind of
Okay.
hard to start to get you to, play catch up. That's why I helped you out at first, because this chapter is really heavy. It's one of the
Yeah.
heaviest you have in there.
Yeah, yesterday I was like, I have no idea what's going on.
And that's why. Okay, but if you actually get to sit down and read the chapter, it'll make a little bit more sense. I always tell the girls that if you read your chapter and use your notes that we've gone through, it'll make sense to you. Okay,
Yeah.
but you can't expect me to give you all the information on a handout and that's the chapter. You have to read the book because it fills in
Oh
the,
yeah.
kind of like reading a book that was, or trying to think of a movie and you read the book already, right? It gave you all the information, but the movie was like, hey, they left that part out. They left that part out.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
So reading the book actually helps you understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
that part, will that be on our portal or that?
It should be able to be brought up the textbook, right? When you bring up chapter 8, I will find out exactly how you pull that one up, okay?
Thank
You
you.
just gotta give me a minute to do it, yeah. You
Yeah,
gotta give
no
me,
worries.
Donovan just walked out. He's like, I can't go in there today. I'm like, okay, that's not a problem, but I just gotta let them know. So I will go online and tell them how to do it, just gotta. My older students would know how to use that. I can tell you into that right now. So I'll ask them when they come on, because I don't use that for that tool. You know what I'm saying? And they should, it's all brand new to me too. So bear with me, okay? I'm so used to having a book, and I'll loan my book to somebody, so I don't have my book here. I got a book out there that someone has that's borrowing it, and most of the girls ordered an actual study guide, you know, a physical book, but they're not selling it. How can I say this? They're not selling it like in one binder now. They're selling a series of books, so each chapter is a different book.
Oh, okay. What the heck?
Okay, yeah, it's like not just a different book, maybe 3 chapters are in that book. So like, I'm going to say that skin and anatomy and physiology would probably be in the same book. Do you see what I'm saying? A couple of chapters in there that have to do with one area. That's how the new book is put out. It's not put out in one binder like we had before. Which is so much easier. And that's what they were using, was that binder. If you could find somebody that hasn't used theirs online, like a used one, that'd be great. And it pretty much is giving you the same handout that I'm handing to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm filling it in.
Wait, what did you need help with?
What?
You said you didn't know how to do what?
Oh, how did they pull up their book, their actual textbook on there, Jasmine?
Oh, so when you would go to all lessons to search the lessons,
Still, okay.
it says on the side, on the left side, it says category. You would click it and you would put ebook and then search.
Okay. There you go. Thank you. Do you guys get that?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Michelle? You look confused still. I can't hear you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so used to
That's
having
okay.
my son. It's so nice right now. Quiet. I'm on my phone right now, so I can't do it. But I'll try to do it, and then if I have any questions, I'll probably be giving you a call.
All right. Thank you. Jasmine's my little backup here too. I got a couple of the girls in here that are like, I'll tell you how to do it. She's telling you it's so confusing. You'll see, I'm just not a nerd for the computer, okay? I'm telling you, I would rather have my whiteboard here and tell you how to all this stuff instead of doing it on the computer. I'm like, ay.
It's so hard
So
over
awful.
Zoom too, because
It
it's like
really is.
all not there, you know, to like see everything. So
It is.
I'll get the
And-
hang of it.
Yeah, and I can't really take my laptop over here and go, hey, this is my board, this is what you should write.
Yeah.
I wish that it was that easy, but it isn't. But they did show us how to do like two tools. Like I can put my phone on and the computer at the same time. And I'm like, really? Because I can't keep the internet going on one side, one tool right now, one device. You want me to try 2? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Today it's actually working pretty good because I haven't had anything break down crossing fevers.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Okay. Is everyone back? It looks like I'm going to take a round like this. I crack up. I'm like, I'm going to go around the room and look. Okay. Just making sure everybody's back from their break.
And then Miss Jamie, we have no school tomorrow, correct?
Tomorrow is, no, we have school tomorrow. It's April, I think, that we have no school.
Oh,
Why don't
because
we have
the
school
girl
tomorrow?
said when I signed up, she said so far it's only Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
You're right. You are only 2 days. Yes. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, oh no, more childcare.
No.
Wait,
No, 'cause I have some in
but
class. I don't want them to think that they don't have they have the day off.
we still have our independent study
Yes, today.
Thursday through Saturday.
No, I think you're only 2 days. You're just on the just on Zoom only right now.
Okay.
That's what she said when I signed up, only 2 days a week for right now.
Yeah. Mhm.
Which is
Okay,
good. I
so-
want to move into it.
Thank you.
So you're only responsible for whatever I sign on these 2 days, okay?
Okay, so we don't have any work that we'll be doing for the next 5 days?
Nope.
Okay, awesome.
Until you get into your, where you're at school, you know, then you'll be responsible for the other 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And as soon as they let, you know, we always thought we'd be in the red by now, but we're not. We're still in the purple, which is frustrating because I want so bad to just open up. I'm so done. All right.
So what is the red different from the so is red when we can open?
The red is supposed to be where we, yeah, basically we can open up. It doesn't mean we're not wearing masks because we're still wearing masks. Okay.
Yeah.
But we're hoping to be able to get more in the classroom. Right now, we're still on that 6 feet away from each other kind of
I
deal.
see. Okay, I see.
Okay. I don't know, he changes it whenever he feels like, I think. All right. So we're starting on the skin conditions, okay? And we need to be aware of the various skin conditions and disorders, diseases, so that we can avoid problems when we're performing skincare treatments, okay? Especially like if somebody had ringworm, okay, or a couple other things.
Oh.
A lot of these disorders are just flare-ups, meaning when they're not in the heat of a flare-up, you can actually work on them, okay? But when they're in the middle of a flare-up, you're not going to be working on them, okay? It's different than a disease where somebody has it all the time, okay? So clients with skin disorders or diseases should be referred to a dermatologist or physician. We don't override anything that a doctor says. The conditions of the skin are divided into categories which include rashes, infections, sebaceous and sudoriferous gland disorders, skin growth, pigmentation disorders, and aging factors. So it's basically broken down. And that's how the class is going to be covering this. So let me move over here. I want you to write in, right where it says rashes, we're going to put pretty much what this page actually says, all of it, okay? You're going to put in there skin conditions that are apparent by visible reaction on the surface of the skin. Characteristics are going to include, okay, small red bumps, it's like hives, okay? Urticaria, which is hives, okay? Another name for that is wheals, W-H-E-A-L-S. All right, blisters, scales, meaning dead skin cells sloughing off, that's what scales means. All right, and erythema, which is redness, okay? Somebody that turns red. These are all indicators that something's going on, okay?
So would we write those little bullet points where it says conditions of the skin rash? Okay.
Yes. Okay, so you're just like, put a comma behind each one of them, okay? So you're gonna write all of them in and just like a comma, small red bumps, comma, urticaria, comma, blisters, comma, just like that. Okay, this is pretty easy. You're gonna hear this word a lot when we get to dermatitis, okay? And the actual word dermatitis pretty much means, derma meaning skin, okay? And some type of disorder, disease, or whatever. But if you've ever been to the doctor and you said you had something on your skin, he's like, oh, yes, that's dermatitis. I'm gonna send you to a dermatologist, a specialist, right? Okay, so he's basically telling you, you have a skin disorder, but I don't know exactly what it is. Let me send you to a specialist and he can diagnose it a little bit better or clearer to you, okay? That's basically what it means. So there's a couple of different types of that dermatitis. There's a, atopic, which means I'm exposing it to something that I'm working with maybe, or touching every day kind of stuff. All right, it's not an allergic type of a dermatitis, I guess you could say, but if we stop doing this particular thing, it probably would go away, is what they're trying to express, I guess. You know what I mean? So fill this part in and we'll work down to the atopic dermatitis, all right? And some of these are gonna be like 6 paragraphs. You won't have to write that. I'll tell you what you have to write in there, okay?
I have a question again. So if someone has certain skin conditions, would you still be able to service them, or would you have to like politely as possible tell them that you can't?
That's just it. When it's inflamed, we wouldn't work on it. Okay, so there's 6 signs of disease basically, and it means inflammation, okay, heat, temperature change in the skin, something like that. If any of those fall into that category, of course not, we wouldn't do it. So like some people are in an eczema that have a series of it and then it goes away for a little while. Okay, so while it's not inflamed, we can work on that client. Okay, it's
Okay,
not
all right.
Trying to say. Okay,
Okay.
so if it's
Thank you.
inflamed, we don't work.
Okay.
I mean, you can come back another time when it's not inflamed and it's not sore and it's, you know, that's basically what they're trying to tell you.
All right.
All right, has everybody got what's on this page? We'll go around the room, here we go. This is so funny, I'm going around the room. All right. Pull this one up. Okay, this is basically what, they actually have pictures here. You might have to pull them up a little bit bigger on your screen in order to really see them. But that atopic dermatitis is a hereditary, okay, inflammation rash. It's characterized by dry, sensitive, irritated skin. It can progress throughout a lifetime. The excess inflammation in the skin, in the linings of the nose or the lungs, worsens usually in the wintertime. Okay, treatments will include applying heavy moisturizing lotions or steroid creams. Now, my older students, what happens when you use steroid creams? What happens to the skin? Anybody remember?
It thins
It
it
breaks
out.
it down.
Yeah, it breaks it down, so it makes it thinner. Okay, so you have to be very careful when you're using those steroids. So you're not going to do any exfoliations. You're not going to do any hair removal. Okay, when someone has used a topical steroid, if they've used an oral steroid, that means nowhere on the body. Okay, until they stop using that. But if it's just a cream, okay, it's going to be in the area where you've applied that cream. You're not going to do any exfoliations or waxing. Okay. And then contact dermatitis, this is an allergic or non-allergic rash, but it's caused by being exposed to some type of substance. And I like to use my hands because they are just always in hot water, and the chemicals that I've used in them, they're really irritated in the wintertime when it gets cold. They get red, they get itchy. I don't necessarily get eruptions or little like wheals or anything on there, but I do get the dryness, and they don't look pretty. It just looks sore, okay, right around this part of my hand. So it's like, it dries it out. But if I stay away from that particular product or stay out of the water on a regular basis, okay, then I don't have it. It's weird. When it's summertime, it dries up and I don't have a problem with it. But at other times of the year, it does. If it's too cold, it gets chapped. So you can tell the difference between them. The one, I guess on my right, that atopic dermatitis, it looks more like a patch. Okay. As compared to the contact dermatitis. So if someone had this type of thing on, you don't want to give them a facial. You definitely don't want to put any heat on them, right? Like a steamer, because you're just going to irritate it even more. So we have a product that's known as like the barrier repair, and I'd probably use that on this type of a client, you know, to protect it. Okay, kind of keeps it from the outside elements. It protects it. It's like a silicone gel that goes over the skin to protect it. Okay, so you're going to fill in just those two right now. So I want to make sure that you guys at least get hereditary or inflammation rash. Okay, that particular part, when it talks about heredity, or if it's just an allergic or non-allergic rash, any of these, that's what you're going to mainly put onto that section. Okay, just don't leave that part out. All right.
What?
I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
So I like a year ago showed up with like dyssyndrotic eczema on my hand. So it does get inflamed at times. Like, will that like put any like hindrance on like any like?
Usually when it's cold, when the weather's cold, or if you've had your hands like in hot water and then you try and go outside and their hands aren't protected, kind of, that's basically when mine flares up. Is that what you're talking about?
No, like I've had like eczema on my like palm for like over a year now. I mean, it looks really good right now, but sometimes it like flares up in like stress or when my hands like get wet a ton, like a lot. But it's usually like involved with like stress is when it flares up. Like, will that like hinder any like times of like performing any services or anything like that?
When it's flared up, you don't want to work on it at all. I have an area on my, I'm going to try and see if you can see it. I'll bring it as close as I can. I have the eczema right there. Can you see it? You see how red it is? Okay, I would not work on that particular area if I saw that on the face. Okay, that would actually, that eczema right there is a little bit inflamed. Just a bit, but it's pink and swollen. Yeah, you wouldn't be working on them. But that doesn't necessarily mean you can't do certain services on them. It just means at this time you cannot. Okay.
So that means that you wouldn't be able to wear gloves.
You can wear gloves, but let me ask you this. Okay, are you allergic to latex? You're going to have to find latex-free gloves. But having your hands as irritated as my area is right now, and putting on a pair of gloves would only make it sweat more, and like make my hands perspire, and it wouldn't feel very good because it'd be irritating against that latex, even latex-free. I just didn't want it enclosed in that. I want the air to help it heal. Does that make sense? You can actually just, you can wear gloves, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be uncomfortable. Let's just put it that way. Okay. When you have that breakout. We do have a product though that you can use that will help heal it rather quickly, and that's that barrier repair. Okay. I can literally put my hands back in water because you're going to need to put your hands in water if you're going to give a facial, correct? You got a bowl of water to the side of you. Okay. So I can keep that barrier repair on, and I can still dip my hands in the water and do a service. Okay. But I don't feel like my hands are on fire. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like ways, because I have it.
Sorry.
I have it like. Well, I'm just asking because like I have it literally like on my palm of my hand.
On your palm.
And it's like, yeah, it's on one hand. It's on like on the palm of my hand. It's like the lower half, like right, nothing higher than the thumb. And it's like, I mean, it looks really good right now, but I was, when it flared up, I was prescribed to a steroid cream, and then it like broke my skin down more and made it worse. So I stopped using it, and I've been using like CeraVe on it, or CeraVe, however you say it. But it looks really good right now, but like in the times of flaring up, like, should I like not perform certain like services, or there like ways around it?
I wouldn't perform any services on someone right then, because it's going to be painful to you. Okay.
Okay.
If nothing else, it's going to be painful for you, even if you had to wear a glove. Okay. Because when my hands get that irritated, I can't put a glove on it because it feels like it's burning for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. That would have to be yours. If it's red and inflamed, we don't work. Does that make sense? We don't work on a client like that. So you wouldn't want to be working on a client either, because it's just going to put your skin in danger, I guess you could say. As far as healing, it's not going to heal, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I know I'm lucky that mine's in a spot where it can be covered. You know what I mean? Like it's under my sleeve here. It's not on my hands where I can work. Although sometimes it gets really irritated in the wintertime when it's freezing cold, and it's probably because I'm going in from a heated, or going out from a heated building and then going outside and it's freezing cold and coming back, heat cold. That actually does desensitize the skin. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess, when you come in here. Who am I speaking with right now? Is it Gianna or is it Michelle?
No, it was Cassie.
Cassie, okay. Sorry, I just didn't know who I was talking to. All right.
Yeah, it was Cassie, but I'll be in next week in person.
Okay. Then we can take a look then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We got to keep you stress-free. Okay.
Definitely.
Seriously. these irritations that people get just from stress. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe how many things irritate our skin because of stress. All right. This is going into seborrheic dermatitis, and that's our next part in here. I'm going to actually ask you to, let's see, it even goes through it in here. Hold on. It's not in the right order, so that's why I'm asking. All right. You can go into the psoriasis and go down past contact, okay? Where it says dermatitis, right? You're just going to put seborrheic dermatitis right there. Right under contact dermatitis, that's where the seborrheic, I don't know if it actually says dermatitis by itself on yours, because my book says that. I had to put the seborrheic seborrheic dermatitis on there.
So mine just says dermatitis, so I would write this.
You're gonna write seborrheic, yes.
Okay.
Okay, right where, okay, and you're gonna put in there, it's a common skin rash with redness, scaly, pinkish, yellow patches that have an oily appearance.
And that's it, okay.
Hmm? And you can actually, if you want to put down the treatments, it's going to include like special shampoos and steroid creams. Okay. But I know it doesn't say it in the handout either, too. You usually have to write it in on this particular one. I don't know why. Okay. And psoriasis, the difference between that one and like eczema, okay, it's actually thick and it looks silvery on the skin. The top part looks like a silvery white. So it's non-contagious, an inherited condition that produces an excess of thick, scaly, silvery skin patches surrounded by red area. It's not curable. The treatments will include coal tar preparations, which are really rough, steroid creams, vitamin A creams, because it's trying to get rid of that dead skin, okay, or ultraviolet light therapy. This is where the one time we say that this does actually good for the skin using sunlight, because remember, if we keep it under 5 minutes using that sunlight, we're actually helping the skin. But if you go longer sitting out in the sun for 5 minutes, okay, it's actually destroying live tissue. So you want to make sure that you are staying out of the sun or protecting it. But it actually, in this case, it actually helps it. It actually helps breakouts, but it also helps psoriasis to clear up in the summertime. Does that make sense? When it says ultraviolet light therapy, they're just talking about like a tanning bed, okay, on that particular area. That's the type of light it is, okay? But you wouldn't be doing these all at the same time. Let's put it that way, okay? You're not going to use a vitamin A cream, which is like a retinol, all right, and then go out in the sun. So it's like one or the other that you would be using. Does that make sense to you guys? No? Anybody have any questions on that?
And then for the psoriasis, are we writing that as well?
Yes, you're going to write in there, it's non-contagious, an inherited condition that produces an excess of thick, scaly, silvery skin patches, okay? And when it's got red around the area, it's inflamed, okay? When it doesn't have the red around there, it's actually, you can work on it, okay? It's not real pretty, but you can work over it, okay? Because it's not contagious, it just looks bad, okay? But most of these are, while there's a flare up, you're not gonna be working on them, okay? But they're not flared up all the time. So like the skin's still gonna be like silvery patches, but you can still work on it as long as it's not red. Okay, so one of them, okay, they're both kind of red when they're inflamed, but they're still the same thing. One is not contagious. Okay, you can't get it just because someone else has it. And a lot of people look at people that do have psoriasis or eczema as thinking they have some horrible disease, and it's really not. It's just a flare-up at the time. So you don't want to make people feel very bad when they have it. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. I have a lot of the cosmetologist students that once they see something like that, whether it's on their scalp or their face, they don't want to work on somebody. And I'm like, that's not fair. Okay, that's really not fair because it's not contagious. It's not going to hurt you. How do you think they feel if they have to walk around like that? And you're going to make them feel even worse? That's not right. Okay, we're in the beauty industry to make people feel good about themselves regardless. All right, and if you can't do that, then you're in the wrong field. All right, does anybody still need that up on the screen? Okay.
I need it for one more second.
Okay, all right, you got it.
Thank you.
You let me know when you're done.
Okay, I'm done.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. Here's your eczema again, okay, what it kind of looks like. It's characterized by dry or moist lesions, an eruption of small vesicles, okay, and watery discharge. It's non-contagious. It may be chronic or acute, okay. Seborrheic dermatitis is a form of eczema. The skincare treatment should not be performed on clients with active conditions, just like I was saying before, all right? Hives, now this is an allergic reaction that will produce an eruption of wheals, like little red bumps, okay? It's also referred to as urticaria. The rashes are triggered by a release of histamines in the body. So the treatments are going to include antihistamines, right? That actually helps you when you're trying to remember, what does that word mean, histamine, okay? We've all taken allergy tablets, okay? It's just trying to calm down the irritation. So because I don't know about anybody else, but the allergies are really bad right about now. I mean, my cat has an allergy. That's even weirder. Okay, but it's true. All right. I took my allergy tablet in the morning, and it's supposed to last, I guess, 24 hours. I thought it was. But by 6 o'clock last night, because I took it at about 5 in the morning, at 6 o'clock in the evening, I had the runs of my nose just running, and my eyes watering. So I took another one. Oh my God. And I was taking Claritin, which is not supposed to have any type of, I guess, how can you say this, to make you stay up all night, doesn't have that type of a medicine in it, but I didn't go to sleep hardly at all last night. I was like, are you kidding me? And the only thing I can think that caused that was that allergy pill, because I can't take the ones that make you sleepy. So Claritin was not supposed to have anything that would, you know, wake you up or put you to sleep. Okay, why we go over this stuff is so that you know when you can work on somebody's skin, even though it may not look pretty, okay? That's why. So that you feel comfortable enough to talk with your clients about that. I think the worst thing that I had to do one time was tell a client we couldn't do her, okay? And this sounds so bad, but it was so true. She was probably about 15, and she had really bad cystic acne all over her face. And she sat in the lobby for like 15 minutes while the girls set up. And in that time, she was picking her face. By this time, she was bleeding. And I was like, oh, Lord. And they're like, what are you going to tell her? And I'm like, I have to tell her she's got an open wound now and that we can't work on her. Okay. So, and that's basically what I told her. I said, you're going to have to keep your hands off of your face. I said, if you had not been picking at your face, we could have done the facial. But now that you've opened up the skin, we can't work on it. I said, you can come back. Okay. A couple of days or something, but don't pick at your face. And she just didn't understand why, you know, why that, not that I couldn't do her, she understood that part, but she just couldn't understand why she shouldn't pick her face. And I said, that's probably what's causing more of your face to break out. It's because your hands are dirty and you're placing them onto your skin and you're removing the actual barrier because you've made a little hole or it's bleeding, okay? And bacteria gets inside there and causes more inflammation and acne. Because you have to remember that acne is only caused by hormonal or hormones, okay, and bacteria, dirt, okay? Those are the two things. The only reason that you can say that chocolate and pizza on my diet was actually the one that did it, unless you put it on your face, okay? If you put pizza on your face or chocolate on your face, then it goes back to bacteria again. So just think about the hormone changes that women go through. Menstrual cycles, right? Pregnancy, post-menopause, premenopause, even menopausal, okay? All of those changes plus stress on top of it, that's why we break out. And that falls back on hormones. Our bodies just have ways of releasing what's inside of it. So let me know when you guys have this one filled in. Destiny, you still there? Thank you. Destiny. Destiny.
Yes.
Yeah, turn your camera back on, honey. Thank you. I've got to have the cameras on. All right. Gina, I need the camera on. Okay, I know that you can't see anybody there, but I got to have the camera on at least so I can see the top of your head. Okay, you know, somebody's there. Okay, I'm going to move the screen down. Okay, this is going to go into sebaceous gland disorders or skin lesions. Sorry, breaking this down into two. Ooh. Okay, a lesion is a change in the structure of the skin tissue. It's usually caused by injury, damage, or skin conditions and diseases. It's broken down into two categories, okay? We have primary lesions, okay, which are changes in the structure of the skin during the early stages. So primary is going to be early when it first starts. Secondary is as the disease progresses, pretty much. So your actual handout, I'm trying to figure out where it went to. Does it actually have this area where you can fill in the primary and secondary lesion on the handout or an actual worksheet that you're working
It
off
has
of?
the primary skin lessons, and then it has wheel and
Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry.
Spell it for me.
MACULE.
Oh, macule. Okay. My pages are just out of order. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So you're going to have to put down the skin lesion because this is going to be a test question, literally at word. Okay. That a skin lesion is a change in the structure of the skin. Okay. That's all it really is. Okay. And a change could be broken skin. Okay. Injury, damage. What you see right there under primary, do you see the pustules on there? That's a change in the skin or the structure of the skin. That's what they're talking about. Some part of it is not normal anymore, okay? So if you just write under skin lesion, it's a change in the structure of the skin tissues, right? And your primary is basically just going to be the early stages of the disorder, disease, or condition. Okay, and your secondary is going to be as the disease progresses. Right, once you fill this in, you guys, I'm going to actually give out the homework. And if these are for my older students, if you understand the homework assignment, then you can log off. But my new ones or anybody that needs help trying to get to that homework assignment, stay online, okay?
I had a question, Miss Jeannie. Sorry, do you think that you could repeat what you said about the primary skin lesions? You said early stages.
Of the disorder, yeah, the disorder, disease, or condition. So think of, you know, primary is like little school. Think of it like that. I think, or elementary school. I think secondary would have been like junior high. Like as you get older, you go into the higher up, right? Well, that's basically how they look at it. Primary is going to be just that beginning stages of it. And the secondary is as it progresses. Actually, thank you. Okay, so on your homework assignment, okay, I have to type it in for you, but you're only going to be doing the learning connection, which is the interaction, right, on the computer. It has a little, you know, exercise for you to do. And then you're going to do show you know, right? And that's actually watching that video. It's like a 5-6 minute video, okay? And then it wants you to describe the skin and its functions in your own words, okay? By using some of the slides, the information that you saw on the slides, okay? All right, so My older students, if you already understand what that homework assignment is, you can log off. If you don't, then stay on, okay?
Is it for 8.2 or 8.1?
It's 8.2. Excuse me, 8.1. 8.1.
Wait, you're still gonna text us though, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it's still part of 8.1 because we didn't finish that one yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
But you already did the learning challenge part of it, so you're not going to have to do that part. Does that make sense? Yesterday you did the learning challenge part of it. So you guys
I
ready?
didn't do the learning challenge, Miss Janie. I
You
thought
didn't
we
do
were
the
only
question
supposed to do the
yesterday?
text.
Yesterday, you didn't do that question that I asked? I thought you did.
Not on the chapter, Miss Jeannie. You sent us a picture of some questions, but we didn't do the challenge.
Okay, so your challenge was this. Let me pull up my phone, okay? Because I did write it. You may not have known that you did it. Let me tell you what I wrote.
It was just that extra question you put on there.
Yeah, but there was a sentence that asked a question.
Yeah. It like wasn't one of the numbered questions.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. You didn't do that one yet yesterday?
I did.
No, I did that one, but isn't the lesson challenge, isn't it the test at the end of the chapter?
Oh, I'm sorry. Not lesson challenge, the learning connection. That's the part you already did yesterday. Let me show you, okay? Is everyone finished with this on my screen? Do they still
I
need
think
it
you
up?
mean the talking point. That's the
Is that what
question
it
you
was?
asked yesterday, was a
Okay.
talking point.
Okay, I was gonna go through it again so I could see what it was to let you know, because you don't have to do that particular question. Okay, just give me a second so I can pull it up. Okay, when they're finished with the screen, I can do it. Anyone still need this on the screen? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll move this out of the way. Geez, okay, just. I don't want to draw, okay? I don't want to draw. I'm trying to stop it. There we go, okay. So now I'm gonna close this up. Okay, and go back. There we go. I know. Okay. We still sharing a screen? Yeah, hold on. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go back to 8.1, okay? Because we are in 8.2. I'm going to go back. See where my mouse is up here? And where you put in 8.2, we're going to put in 8.1. Once it loads. You can't see my screen, right? When it starts to, when it comes up eventually. It's still spinning. Because I know I gave you one of the questions off of that homework assignment for yesterday. Because I couldn't get to bring it up yesterday in class, remember on the screen? So I wrote out the question.
Give us the question for talking points.
Yeah, is it? Okay, wait, you just do. 8.1. And it's spinning.
So the new ones, including myself, you said that we just have to read chapter 8.1, is that correct?
8. Yes, that's correct. Okay, but you're still gonna have to log your time, which
Okay.
means to go in there and put yourself on remote when you're doing your homework.
Okay, remote. So just to
still-
read
there we go.
chapter 8.1, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna pull this up. Hold on, I know it's a lot of menus that I'm going through, but it really isn't. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna bring my cursor down here so I can scroll down. Okay, you're probably right. It's probably the talking points. Okay. Yeah, learning connection you're still gonna do, right? And you're right, it's the talking points you don't have to do. Sorry. Okay. So you're gonna do learning connection. Okay, that's going to be interactive on the computer. Those of you that are doing it, okay? And you're going to do show you know. Okay, you're going to watch this video presentation. It's like 5-6 minutes, I think. All right, and then it says create 1 or 2 slides about the importance of skin and its functions. So you can actually ask, right, put out on a piece of paper, board, a poster board, whatever you want to do, and write out the functions of the skin, which actually spell out that name, passer. Okay, and then give an example for each one of those. Okay, how it protects the skin, how it absorbs in the skin. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to get from this video that you're watching. Explain to them what the skin and its functions mean. Does everyone understand it? That are doing it now?
Miss Jamie, would you mind showing me where chapter 8.1 will be that we're supposed to read?
Okay, so yeah, hold on, Jasmine, help.
What? I missed the question.
She's trying to find her textbook again.
Oh, okay. So go to all lessons, like if you were going to search up the lessons.
It's usually like right up here under that. Okay, I'll pull this up just to show you. See where it says all lessons?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you're going to go in there. Okay, and then you're going to have to go, let me here, I'll just do this. Go to all lessons, and then you're going to wait for the catalog to pop up. Okay, because you got to pull up from the actual catalog itself. Hold on. It's spinning, you know, mine's slow. Okay. I thought you were talking about your textbook, so. This is where your homework would actually be, okay? Let me move this up out of the way.
For the
Look,
textbook.
where it says catalogs right here?
Yeah, all catalogs and go
All right,
down.
so you're gonna click on that, okay? All right, and then you're gonna scroll down, just like if you were doing it in the gray area on the last okay? You're gonna go down to Salon Fundamentals, okay? So pass it. Okay,
No, just all the way. Well, ours shouldn't have that many.
Wait,
but
oops, wait a minute. It's not the ebook you're using.
What?
It's not the ebook. You're going to be using this right here. Salon Fundamentals right there.
I thought
Okay.
that was so they could download their textbook.
Huh? I did too. I thought that's what you wanted.
Oh, it's not. Okay, then never mind. But
Okay.
if you
And somebody wanted to know how you found this 8.1 is what I was trying to go through now. Okay, who still needed textbook information then? You didn't need that after all? All right, this is where you're going to put in here, search lesson 8.1, okay? And hit go. Whoever just asked me for that, how do you get to that 8.1?
Me, Michelle.
Okay. All right, Michelle, this is where you would go. It's
Okay.
spinning, mine takes forever to get to it, but yeah, we were just there.
I think that Michelle is asking how to get to the book so she can read chapter 8, not get to
Okay.
our lesson homework.
Okay.
So she needs to get to her book.
All right, then yes, that is for you, Jasmine. Are you still there, hon? Did you log
Yeah.
off? Okay.
It's the same way. You just go on, you know, that category, catalog thing, whatever. You scroll
Right
down,
here?
say ebook. Yeah. But yours
Okay.
has so many. Ours doesn't have that many.
Yeah. Oh, you mean go to all lessons and then scroll down to the ebooks?
Yeah.
Okay, like this. I know what she's saying now. Okay, when it comes up for the catalog, you'll have to scroll down to the ebooks.
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear that, Michelle?
Yeah, so I don't have
Okay,
to
you know-
answer any questions today. Today
Not-
is just reading chapter 8.1.
Correct. So
Okay.
you're gonna go like this right here. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Okay, hold on.
It's okay. I kind of just confused the heck out of myself too for a minute.
That's all right. Okay, when I went through here, the last time I was going through Salon Fundamentals, you're gonna go down to ebooks.
Ebooks. Okay.
Okay. There we go, okay. You're gonna scroll down. Should be like, right. I don't even have my ebooks, but yours will have ebooks on there. There
Okay.
it is, right
And then
there.
it will just
Okay.
pop up and then in the search I hit 8.1.
Yes,
Okay.
It'll show you how to download it on your phone and your laptop.
Beautiful. Thank you.
okay. Does everybody understand the homework then? Did I confuse everyone today, including myself?
Do we have to make slides for what is the skin and its functions, or can we just write it on a piece of paper?
You can write it on a piece of paper. I told them they can even make a poster board, but you're just going to show like a piece of skin, because that's what you watch the video for, okay? Like a layer of skin. In your textbook, okay, it shows you what's in 1 inch of skin, all those things. But what you're going to write is its functions. And the functions are protection, absorption, secretion, sensation, excretion, and regulation. Okay, it spells out passer, P-A-S-S-E-R. Okay, those of you that are doing this, because you're going to be in the class tomorrow, you're going to bring it with you tomorrow, okay?
Is that it, Miss Jamie? I have to go pick up my baby. Yeah, okay.
That's it.
All right, thank you so much. And then for the time clock, so when I start doing the reading, I just hit that little clock and hit remote. And then when I'm done, I hit remote again.
Yes.
Okay, I'll learn it. I'm sorry. Thank you so
That's
much. Have a
okay.
good day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Diana, I know you're confused. Did I confuse you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So you know how before we would go down on the gray area and I'd say go to Salon Fundamentals before? Now when you go to Pivot Point Lab 2.0, like in your search engine, like at the very top, let me look, see where my cursor's at right now? See it? Moving? Okay, look, you see my cursor right here? Oh crap, did it freeze? Diana.
Sorry, I think I was talking to you. I was on mute. But yeah, I could see.
All right, and I couldn't see you, so I didn't know. All right, so you're going right up here is you're going to put Pivot Point Lab. Okay.
Okay, so it's I think I got it.
Okay, click on that, and then it'll bring you up to that clock screen. Okay, it's a big clock, and that's how you're supposed to do your time now, is through that clock. And you'll hit remote when you start, and you'll end the remote when you're finished, instead of texting me on the zip whip.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. So you'll just go up to this one right here. Okay. And you'll hit all lessons. Okay. You're going to click on that. All right. And then you're going to come up to that area where we normally go. Okay. It'll come up and you're going to say catalogs, and you're going to highlight the catalog. Okay. And you're going to scroll down till you see Salon Fundamentals. Okay, it's coming up right now.
It's I believe
right
it's this, right?
Yes, that's your screen. Okay, so go up to the 3 bars and click on that.
Okay.
And just this is where you see the catalog, where my cursor's at right now on mine.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you scroll down till you see Salon Fundamentals. It's basically the aesthetic one. Okay.
Okay.
It's not going to be the first part of that skin. Okay. I didn't want to go into that yet because I was right in the middle of a chapter, and that's the new book. Okay, remember me talking about that? All right. So what we're working on now from this program is the clock. Okay, the time clock. And everything is going to come through the same old book that we were using, Salon Fundamentals. Okay, it's just you're using the time clock, and now we have interaction with the computer. So you don't have to like taking all these pictures. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So do you understand what we're going to do for homework now?
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Anybody else have any questions now that I've confused everybody?
Yeah. What did they say about the kits?
Donovan wasn't here when I went to go get him. So he'll be back. I will text you back by the end of today and let you know what's going on. Okay. Because I'll find out immediately if they come in here this afternoon, because it'll be like after 2:30. Because they'll unbox them right here in my class. That's how I'll know.
I'm just excited.
Me too. Are you kidding? I have a little surprise for all of you anyways tomorrow.
Yay.
All right. So any other questions for today?
Ms. Jenny?
No? Uh-huh.
Okay, we have just the connection.
No?
Okay, what the homework?
Okay, those of you that already have the homework assignment, you can log off, okay? And then I'll just speak with Yusra right now, okay? All right, I'll see you guys next week or tomorrow, depending on who's coming to school. All right. Bye-bye, you guys. I'll text you later, Destiny.
Okay.
All right. I won't forget. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Okay. Araceli, do you have a question, honey?
No, I'm trying to leave, Miss Jeannie.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Okay, did your computer log you off?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how you get to the new books, right? You're gonna go.
I know.
Okay,
I know everything.
got to
But
that, right?
yeah, but
All right,
what I
so
need to do?
to do the homework. Okay, the
Yeah.
homework is going to be, all right, so you're going to do this to find out the homework, okay?
Mhm.
See where my cursor's at right now?
Yeah.
You click on that, okay? You're gonna go down to Salon Fundamentals.
Yeah, this one I know is right now. Yeah.
Okay, you got that part, okay? So you're
Yeah.
gonna pull up 8.1, okay?
Okay.
And 8.1 is gonna have it just like we normally do, the learning connection. You're just not gonna do the talking point, okay? The
Okay.
learning connection is an interaction on the computer. It's gonna ask you questions when you click on it, okay?
Oh,
And then
okay.
to the computer, all right?
Yeah.
The second one that you're gonna do, okay, let me put in here, what lesson we want, 8.1. Okay, right there. Okay. It takes a while to get it up here, so I've gone through this like 4 times today. It's okay.
I know.
Everybody, the computer's now just not acting right. It was working perfectly all day. Okay, so we're gonna go to, when this pops up, it'll have the lesson picture. Remember right here? Okay, when that
Okay.
loads, okay, now I'm gonna click on that because that's the chapter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're gonna click on that, it's loading. It may take a couple minutes, okay. All right, so you're gonna scroll down, okay? It says learning connection right here, okay?
Right,
You're gonna
yeah.
open it up right here, like, click on that, okay? And you're going to get an interaction that you're gonna work with the computer. It's gonna ask you questions and you're gonna, whatever it tells us to do. Let's see what it says. Okay, it's coming up. All right, loading. All right. Okay. So you're actually going to be doing the learning connection and, okay. So you're going to do this, whatever this one tells you to do, it says click on the function. Let me see. Click on the skin function and drag it. Well, let's get rid of this over here. Okay. And drag it to its matching description. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So do you know what they're talking about? Okay. So let's just start off with protection. That's the first one, right?
Okay.
Okay. You click on that. And then, which one is it? It's probably this one, I'm thinking. Shields the body from cold and bacteria. But you're going to match them up for their definitions of the word, okay?
Okay.
It won't let me play with that, but that's what you're going to be doing, okay?
I mean, just learning connection. That's it, right?
Yeah, no, then you're going to do one more, okay? All right, hold on. All right. Get this over. Then you're going to watch this video, okay? You're going to scroll down. Okay, you're going to do, not the talking points, you're going to do show you know. This one right here, okay? All right, you're going to watch this video, okay? It's like 5-6 minutes, all right?
Okay.
And then you're going to maybe on a piece of paper, okay, or of course, whatever you want to do, and you're going to describe the skin and its functions. Remember, the functions were protection, absorption, secretion, yeah. So your interpretation of that, okay?
Okay.
All right.
That's it?
That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, Hen.
Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you. Bye.
All right, bye-bye, Hen.
Bye.